Fredericksburg Live. Go, see, do.
What up, Fredericksburg? This is Anthony Campbell. Tonight on Fredericksburg Live, we sit down with some members of the Stafford High School drama troupe. We're going to talk about an incredible production that they've been working on for a while that has taken them to national acclaim. They're going to be putting this play on actually in our area. You are not going to want to miss it. It's going to be held at the Riverside Dinner Theater on February 26th at 7 p.m. Learn more about these actors, learn more about what they're doing, and learn how you can connect and help them to grow that program.
Attention race fans! Rediscover the Fredericksburg Soapbox Derby, a long-standing family event that benefits the whole community. Experience the thrill of the hill.
I'm Corbin Burnson here on Fredericksburg Live. I want you to get involved in the All-American Soapbox Derby. You want to discover America, the America you think is gone. It's not. It's in the All-American Soapbox Derby. Respect, teamwork, family, and community. That's how we built this country, and you can find it again in the All-American Soapbox Derby. Thank you.
Interested sponsors, please contact fredericksburgsoapbox.com.
And we're back. We are here at the 909 Saloon at 909 Caroline Street in downtown Fredericksburg. I'm here with three new friends of mine. Leading this cast is Mr. Michael Daddario. He is the drama teacher at Stafford High School, Stafford Senior High School, the original Stafford High School. And he's brought a couple of his friends along. I'd love for you to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Reagan Dickard.
And I'm Michael Masatow.
Love those names. Guys, tell us a little bit about, there's a production that we are excited to finally get an opportunity to see. We're going to learn a little bit more about it tonight. It's an experimental piece called A Fable that has won quite a bit of attention for your students as they put this on. Tell us a little bit about what makes that special, and how we've gotten to the point that we are where we are today.
Well, every year there are a series of theater competitions throughout Virginia, and we do a one-act play each year to bring to those competitions. And this year we were looking for something unique that really suited the group of students we have. And I'd had a play on my shelf since I was in high school called A Fable, by Jean-Claude Van Itali. It was written in collaboration with an experimental avant-garde theater group back in the late 60s called the Open Theater. And they would take various source materials, whether it was the Book of Genesis or the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and develop these sort of...
That is vast.
Yes, these sort of free-form non-linear pieces, and they would develop them over the course of months, sometimes even years, through experimentation and improvisation and collaboration. And they were really sort of at the forefront of the avant-garde experimental theater movement. And we came across this play, and I'd always sort of had an affinity for it, and the students fell in love with it and were up for the challenge, even though I was a little scared of it at first. It went very well for us.
Now, let me ask you this: Did they find it on your shelf and dust it off and say, "Hey, teach, this is the one we want to do"?
Well, I brought it to them, and I brought them two options. I brought them A Fable, and I brought them Starmites, which was a sci-fi comic book musical comedy. And I thought they would go for Starmites. I thought for sure they would go for the comic book sci-fi musical. But hands down, they looked at this one and they said, that's the one we want to do.
Now, you mentioned experimental theater, obviously. This piece wasn't just, you didn't have a playwright that just sat down and poured what was in his head out on paper. You said this was kind of developed over time.
Right.
There was improvisation involved as far as the growth and the life that piece took on before it was actually put into script form.
Absolutely. I believe the way the process worked was the playwright or the director or the actors would bring various scenarios to the rehearsal process, and then it would be worked through improvisation, and then the playwright would take things out of those rehearsal sessions and form the text. And it was also developed in collaboration with live musicians, a cellist, or I'm sorry, a violist, bassist, and a marimba player and percussionist who were there on the rehearsal process through the entire process. And we have that same instrumentation who were in on our rehearsal process. And some of the music had been written already, but a lot of the music, our musicians developed sound effects. You know, I had never realized that you could make that many sounds on a viola, like some really bizarre, amazing stuff.
When you're allowed to create your own thing. All right, now fast forward, the production takes on a life of its own because of the individual personalities, two of which we have in the room with us tonight.
Yes.
Reagan, please tell us what that felt like, being able to take ownership of this piece that becomes a constantly growing thing that you all now have an opportunity to take to the next level, to put this piece on stage with your own stamp of individuality.
Well, I think it was really exciting to have that opportunity to kind of, the characters are kind of like a blank slate, like you have the bare minimum, it's just maybe a title for your character and then the text that you say, like the dialogue. So you really, the writer doesn't give you much to work with, so it's both really fun to get a character like that, and it's also kind of a challenge because it's so abstract and kind of vague. That
almost kind of by design, that it allows the actor to kind of put their stamp of approval. Nobody can say this character should be played.
All right, one morning I woke up and forgot I was awake.
No! It starts out like this. Once upon a time that was not this time.
And then what happened?
And then she went to the king.
Am I the king?
No.
Well, get to my part, and then what happened?
And then she had a dream.
She dreamt of a dish of cream as wide as a leg.
No.
And then she jumped into the cream and drank it all up.
Michael, what was it like to have the opportunity to develop your character? When did you know that he was done being created?
Well, when we first started, I played the king, and when I first started, it was very raw and unrefined, and even like in rehearsals last week, the character's always growing, and it's never actually finished.
So he's not done?
No.
We could have you beaten, imprisoned, or hanged, but we will give you a task to accomplish.
What is the task?
The beast. It has dried up our life.
The king journeyed through all the villages of the kingdom
until
she reached the end.
And then
she crossed the border
into
the country.
So you've put this on numerous times through the competition portion. Where was the pinnacle? Where did we finally put this on stage that we knew that everybody had to stop and take notice that you all had really hit on something special, and it was really something that we needed to take notice of?
Well, we were told that we had something special back in October at the Virginia Theater Association Festival, where we placed second in the state. And those were actually the words that the judges used. It said, you have something really special here. But the pinnacle of it was the last performance, because after, we went to the festival in October, we made it to the finals round, we performed it a second time there, came away with these really wonderful accolades, And then we put it on the shelf,
Okay.
went away and did a murder mystery musical,
Okay.
you know. And then we came back to it for another festival that was held this weekend. And it was really amazing to see that we hadn't hit a ceiling with it. We were still
Next level.
the depth that came through in, you know, when we brought it back out of the box, so to speak, in early January, was quite tremendous. I mean, the characters took on depth and entire, full, complete arcs and nuance that I don't think we had the ability to touch on in the first round.
The crazy part about this is I know absolutely nothing about this piece, but just in the time that we've had to talk before we've started shooting, I'm really excited. We're going to take a quick break now, but when we come back, we're going to let our Fredericksburg Live viewers know where they're going to be able to see a Fable produced by Stafford Senior High School's drama group, and under the tutelage of Mr. Michael Daddario. We'll be right back.
Attention race fans! Rediscover the Fredericksburg Soapbox Derby, a long-standing family event that benefits the whole community. Experience the thrill of the hill.
I'm Corbin Burnson here on Fredericksburg Live. I want you to get involved in the All-American Soapbox Derby. You want to discover America, the America you think is gone. It's not. It's in the All-American Soapbox Derby. Respect, teamwork, family, and community. That's how we built this country, and you can find it again in the All-American Soapbox Derby. Thank you.
Interested sponsors, please contact fredericksburgsoapbox.com.
Where I am now is unfamiliar again. Bury my bones, and I will continue my journey.
What happened? Was it the beast?
I don't want my body anymore. I don't want to feed it. I don't want to dream. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to give birth to children. I want to stop my battle with the ground.
Then wait until I'm gone.
And we're back at the 909 Saloon in downtown Fredericksburg with just a few members of the Stafford Senior High School drama group. We are, I'll speak for myself, I am really excited about what's coming up in the very near future for these folks. They are going to be putting on this award-winning production called A Fable at the Riverside Dinner Theater on February the 26th at 7 p.m. I'm going to be there, and I certainly hope to see you there. You know, I just look at these two wonderful people that are obviously so mature and so wise beyond their years. We know that those in the theater community have recognized them for their abilities. Who knows where we'll see them in a few years, but you're going to be able to see them very soon. And the first thing that I want to say is there's a reason why this production is being done on the 26th of February at the Riverside Dinner Theater, and that is, Michael, tell us what we're doing.
Well, we won the Virginia Theater Association competition. We came in second. And as that, we got to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee for the Southeastern Theater Conference. And we have to raise $16,000 in order to send a cast of 20 and directors.
That's 16 with 3 zeros in front of the decimal point. But, you know, I think what you all have is something that's absolutely amazing. Our area is so rich with artistic talent beyond what we even see. To know that there are people that are developing this kind of stuff right out of our high schools, These folks aren't even being paid for this stuff yet, and they're already willing to give this to us. So what I want you to do is make plans. If you want to see an incredible production, which I believe, just from spending time with these folks, that's exactly what we're going to see. But I want to give them a little bit of a teaser. Michael, we talked about some of the staging that we're doing. Part of experimental theater is doing things that are a little bit outside of a table and a chair and a bowl on a table. We use unique props, unique blocking and staging. You had a unique story that goes along with that.
The play opens with a group of villagers who are trying to repair their fishing net. And the prop in the script is only mentioned one time. They have the net once, and then it's supposed to go away, according to the script. And so we got this 30-foot long fishing net that stretched the entire stage. And
that's a big net.
And then we got into, the actors are around it and weaving it and working it, and then we went into another scene, and we said, why don't we grab the net and try turning it into a tent, a pavilion that all of the villagers are now huddled under, talking about the golden time, the times past. And then we went into another scene where the journey are supposed to come across a guy who's hiding under a rock, hiding from this beast that is terrorizing the countryside. And we said, well, put him under the net. And then we got to the king's castle, and we said, well, drape the net over the throne. And then we got to the ghost scene, and said, drape the net over the ghost. And
it's trees and the shawl for the grandmother.
It's the grandmother's shawl when she finally comes to the end. It becomes the cave, the trees that the hermit lives in.
Brilliant. That's absolutely genius.
The neatest thing is there's a place in the play where she goes to visit a puppet show, and Reagan plays one of the puppeteers. And in it, they're supposed to, in the original script, they were supposed to have little hand puppets.
Right.
We decided, because Michael is an amazing dancer, and we have another fantastic dancer named Chrissy in the play, that we would make them human marionettes. And so Reagan and another student named Kendall get up,
are operating,
and they use the net as the ropes, and the actors playing the marionettes move their lips and move as they're being worked by the other two playing the puppeteers.
That's a popular scene.
No, that's fantastic. Folks, you are going to be so sad if you didn't get a chance to see this. But February 26th at the Riverside Dinner Theater, the folks over there are gracious enough to allow this company to put on this production. This is for your benefit, but what we're going to ask is when you come, not only will you be able to buy tickets from Stafford High School.
They can contact us at Stafford High School Drama Department to purchase tickets in advance. We'll have tickets also at the door. We've got tickets range. We have $10 regular seating, $20 premium seating closer towards the front. And for larger donors, we'll give them a table right down towards the front and introduce them at the benefit.
You know what? That says it all. If you truly care about the arts in this community, and we see the product of what this community is able to develop, let's prepare them to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and be successful. We'll be so proud of you, regardless of what happens from this point. But we want to send you off and prepare you for that success. I'm Anthony Campbell with Fredericksburg Live, and I just wanted to thank Michael, Reagan, and Michael for being here with us tonight. Have a good night.
This has been a Video Man production and a So Wise marketing presentation.